Hello everyone, and welcome to the very first Pro Wrestling Illustrated video editorial. I'm Brian Solomon of Pro Wrestling Illustrated, and here we are at maybe the end of the world. I don't know. I'm here in my end of the world bunker. But if you're anything like me, you still are obsessing about professional wrestling. So let's talk about how this is impacting this coronavirus COVID-19 crisis is impacting the world of wrestling, specifically the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania. As we all learn that WrestleMania 36 is now going to be, as they have spun it in sort of a positive way, unprecedented in that it will be now not broadcast at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa as was the original plan. It will be broadcast in front of no crowd at the WWE Performance Center, also in Florida. So this is going to be a very strange WrestleMania, as you can imagine. I personally think it's going to hurt the show. I mean, I don't think anybody out there who's being realistic and honest is going to tell you otherwise. I mean, everybody knows professional wrestling is not like baseball, basketball, football, any other kind of sports type presentation, in that the crowd is such a crucial part of the show. There will be no pops. There will be wrestlers playing to an empty room. And so I think this is potentially going to hurt things like the inevitable coronation of Drew McIntyre, for example, as WWE's next top star. If they're hoping to get a big reaction for him going over Brock Lesnar, well, it's not really going to happen. So it's going to have to be done in a very different way. We're going to see how that's going to play out. The ironic thing is that this is probably one of the most stacked WrestleMania cards in history. You know, you have Becky Lynch versus Shayna Baszler. You've got Edge versus Randy Orton in what's shaping up to be a hell of a grudge match. Goldberg versus Roman Reigns for the Universal title. Rhea Ripley and Charlotte for the women's title. Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. I mean, this is a card that lives up to the dream match concept that WrestleMania is supposed to be all about, and it's unfortunate that this is what is happening. But never let WWE be accused of leaving money on the table. As some of you may know, they are now marketing new t-shirts. I was not there, WrestleMania 36 t-shirts, which is a brilliant idea if you think about it, because anyone can buy this shirt, even if you weren't going to be planning to go to the show. So kudos to WWE for taking lemons and making lemonade. However, I think anybody that's watched Raw and SmackDown and NXT in the past week or so and seen those empty arena shows knows that, well, it's pretty bad, folks. It's pretty bizarre, it's pretty surreal. Unless you're into avant-garde performance art, then it's not really what you want in your professional wrestling show. So here's hoping that somehow the big match vibe can be translated with this empty arena type format for WrestleMania. Unfortunately, there's nothing they can do about it. Of course, they could have just canceled the show, but that presents all new complications, such as, since WWE is not a true sport, they're storyline based. What do you do with your storylines and angles? How do you pay them off? Do you put the entire WWE programming slate on hold for a few weeks? Obviously, that's not what they're going to do, so they had to scramble, come up with a creative decision. I think if it's going to be one of the most bizarre WrestleManias of all time. However, in a strange way, it's also going to be must-see TV, and we're all going to be talking about how it plays out. So I'm just as curious as you are. And I guess we're going to have to wait and see. So once again, this is Brian Solomon of Pro Wrestling Illustrated saying so long, wrestling fans, and stay healthy.